You say that Donald Trump was a candidate of stability. Why was Donald Trump over the last 36 hours on his social media reposting slogans from QAnon and reposting misogynistic, sexist content about Vice President Harris?
Well, look, I don't think your viewers at home are concerned about social media posts. I think they are concerned with the news of the day.
Caroline,
than they were under Donald Trump. The news of the day as a new mother.
Do you know why he posted that? Do you know why he reposted that content?
I haven't been able to talk to President Trump yet this morning because he is calling into media interviews, unlike Kamala Harris. Americans aren't concerned with social media posts and silly memes. They are concerned with the problems that are plaguing them and their families right now. And they need and deserve answers to the questions of Kamala Harris.
Okay, so we're gonna get to a little bit more of that in a sec, but I love that. So first of all, again, as I didn't talk to him. I didn't see it. I didn't talk. Are you a human being? Are you an adult? Were you born into this world and ate food and went to school and grew up and developed opinions? Are you a person that has a brain inside of your skull? Both Carolyn Leavitt and Jason Miller now, are you capable of forming an opinion and articulating it, sending it flying out of your mouth into our ears so we know what you think about this? And again, I know that their job is to not be that thing. Their job is to distract and to spin, and you're gonna see more of that in just a sec, but you heard her say there, and oh goddamn, screw her. If it was a Friday, she'd be my garbage person. The American people aren't concerned with social media activity. Well, first of all, Donald Trump is technically an American person. Why does he spend so many hours every day posting on True Social? Why is it that the American people are concerned about real things, inflation and all that, and he instead is posting memes of him marching towards a Black Hawk helicopter with a gigantic lion by his side? Why exactly is he so much less serious about this country than the people he wants to vote for him? That I think would be a great follow-up question, but we don't know what she would say. And also, they're not interested in silly memes. You heard that? Silly memes. So when he posts an image of two prominent women in politics and says, forget, you don't have to worry about their ideology, their qualifications, their intelligence, their attachment to the voters, the offices they've served in. Oral sex, am I right, fellas? Oral sex. That's the only way you need to think about them. What is that? Well, I think it's an insanely, explicitly misogynistic attack.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
Carolyn Leavitt believes it's a silly meme that he's doing. He's memeing on the internet. Aren't memes fun? You know, when you talk about how a woman only got her start in politics and is only here because of blowjobs. You know, it's a funny meme. It's like the one of the guy like next to his girlfriend and he's looking over his shoulder or whatever. Or like when you do like a SpongeBob and you're like a short while later. You know, it's a funny meme like that. Anyway, here's a little bit more of her.
You said misogynistic. I assume you're also going to say that the posts were demeaning to women. I think what's demeaning to women is what has been allowed to happen over the last 4 years. I think what's demeaning to women is the fact that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are allowing an invasion of illegal criminals into our country.
Look, I think the voters can care about a number of things. And when there's content being reposted that uses QAnon slogans, and when there are these sexist, misogynistic posts, it's interesting to me that you don't think they're bad. You have no problem with them.
I didn't say that. I said that I don't think voters care. I think that voters care about the, I said I care about what's happening to our country right now. I care about the fact that as a new mother, baby formula is 30% higher and costs more than it did under President Trump.
There's a lot about that is absolutely awesome. So I love that you can't tell because the camera is cropped in on John Berman, on Carolyn Leavitt. But effectively, Carolyn Leavitt it's like that trope of the duck. You know, the duck above the water is perfectly calm. Below the water, she's like, I didn't say that. I mean, I would never say that it does offend me because then I'd lose my job. But I didn't say that it didn't offend me because that might come back to hurt me. I don't know, what am I supposed to say? I mean, it's explicitly misogynistic, but no, what I don't like is a different thing, some other thing that Donald Trump hasn't posted about in the last 24 hours. That's what bothers me. So is this misogynistic? You know what's misogynistic? That they let migrants into the country. hell are you talking about? You're not as clever as you think you are. Like, I know that the whole point of your job is to take like a very valid question and instead talk about this thing. But like the only qualification you're supposed to have is that when you do that pivot, you don't end up in crazy town. Like, you're supposed to pivot to something that's like, I don't know, like arguably kind of connected or something. The hell does the inflation on the baby, is that misogynistic to do that? I don't think that that's actually how it works. And this is not some new thing for Donald Trump. She knows who she signed up to defend, as was made very clear in this mashup that Anderson Cooper played in his show last night.
She was by far the nastiest to Joe Biden. There was nobody nastier than her.
She was extraordinarily nasty to Kavanaugh. She was nasty to a level that was just a horrible thing. She was probably nastier than even Pocahontas.
By the racist Attorney General of New York State, Letitia Peekaboo James.
How about low IQ Maxine Waters?
Omarosa is obviously the ultimate villain and the nastiest.
Love
I think
you
it's
can
a
answer the
very
question on
nasty
your
question
rhetoric.
when you ask continue in a very hostile, nasty tone. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
Just moments ago, a Harris campaign spokesman put out a statement quoting him now, "Donald Trump is out of his mind. If a family member posted what Donald Trump is sharing today, Americans would rightly be concerned."
And we left that last part in because if someone you knew posted the blowjob thing, would that not be it for you having like any kind of friendly relationship with this person? Like, I think it's a reasonable question to ask. It would be it. This is a person who isn't just trying to like, have a relationship where when you see your neighbor over the fence, you give like a little like head nod. He wants to be the leader of our entire country, and he's posting blowjob attacks against women in politics. The nasty stuff. Like I have occasionally, and I know I shouldn't, I've tried to give advice to the Trump camp. Just call a dude nasty once, you big dumb donkeys. Provide a little bit of cover rhetorically for yourself that this isn't just a misogynistic thing that you do 100% of the time against women. Just call Tim Walz nasty a single time to cover your own ass. Call Tim Walz nasty and go to an effing church and pretend to pray for a second and have someone take a photo of it. How do you not know how to do this? You've been running for president for what feels like 80 years and you're still so bad at it. But anyway, it is misogynistic. The attacks against Abby Phillips and the attacks against the journalists at the NABJ. It's misogynistic and it's racist at the same time. He is falling apart in exactly the same way we said he would when faced with Kamala Harris. And it's probably only going to get worse from here because the polls are getting worse from here on out. Thanks for watching our video. Did you know that you can support our show by becoming a subscriber? Just click the subscribe button and also ring the bell so that you get notifications when we're live or when we post new content.